Is there a mistake on your green card? I've been seeing this a lot lately. The category of the residence is wrong on the card, the expiration date is wrong, the date you became a resident is wrong. If this happened to you, just know that it's fixable. Can there be consequences? Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk about that during this video. I'm Puyandarian, here to teach you about immigration law. I once had a client who was married to her spouse for 1 year on the day she received her residency. I told her that since the marriage was less than 2 years old, she was going to get a conditional green card, which means that it would expire in 2 years after it was issued. But when she got the green card, to her surprise, it said that it expired in 10 years. So in her mind, the lawyer was wrong, USCIS was right, great. USCIS must have loved us so much that they gave us a 10-year green card. Actually, that's not what happened. And she was still required to remove the conditions on her green card 2 years after it was issued. She didn't know that. She didn't apply to remove the conditions. Instead, she just skipped that step. And on year 3 of being a resident, she applied for citizenship. Well, the citizenship process started and it dragged on, and eventually she got a notice to appear in immigration court. And that notice to appear said that she was granted conditional residence, and since she failed to remove the conditions on her residence, her conditional status was terminated, and now she's deportable from the United States. But how can that be? She didn't do anything wrong. It was completely USCIS's mistake. Yeah, I know, but it was still a nightmare. And I'm going to explain how things like this can be avoided. Okay, so you have a green card, but it's got a mistake on it. What can you do? Can you travel? Yeah, you can leave the United States and re-enter. You're still a permanent resident. But you should talk to a lawyer before you do that, because if you leave after, for example, the green card was supposed to expire, you might have problems re-entering if the system indicates that your permanent residence or conditional residence should have expired by that day. So what we need to eventually do is file an I-90. This is an application to renew or replace a green card. Normally speaking, there's a $455 plus an $85 filing fee for this application. But if it was entirely USCIS's typographical error, there is no filing fee. The main problem with filing this application is you actually have to mail in the green card that has a mistake on it to USCIS. So for however long, 6 to 12 months, while you're waiting for them to fix their mistake, you don't have a green card. It's going to be really hard for you to travel or find a job without having a physical green card. Although filing the I-90 is not in itself that complicated, it can create complications for your life, especially if you need to travel or prove that you're a resident for employment purposes. There is a way to reduce the processing time of the I-90. So option 1 would be to mail in the paper version of the form with your green card. If you do that, you're probably going to be without your physical green card for 6+ months, 6 to 12 months. The other way that I've recently learned is to just file the electronic version of the I-90. The electronic version doesn't really give you an option to submit documents with it. So there's no way for you to submit your physical green card with the electronic version of the I-90. When I've done this, I've learned that USCIS will process it, and then when they're at the end of the process and they're ready to issue the new green card, they'll send you a request for evidence, and then you mail in your old green card. This will allow you to hold on to your green card for a lot longer, and it could just make your life a lot easier. So at this point, I'm sure you're just sitting here with your green card in front of you, wondering if there's any life-changing mistake that's on it. For the most part, most green cards that I've seen don't have actual USCIS typographical errors on them. But if you're not sure, feel free to contact me. My information is in the description of the video below. If you are sure that there's a mistake on it and you don't want to file the I-90, or this whole thing is really stressing you out, contact me. I'll take care of it for you. Also guys, if you're interested in this subject, I have another video somewhat on point about losing and replacing your green card. Be sure to check that out, and please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week for another video.